Okay, so today I was pretty bored. I didn't really have anything to do, so I thought I might as well do, like 5 things that I love about my Camaro here. Good old trusty burnout machine. Excuse my haircut. The lady kind of gave me like the weed whacker special last time I was there. I mean, I really hate going to like the haircut places because like you always get like a different fucking person, so you never know like what your hair is gonna turn out like. But yeah, she just kind of went at me with scissors, and I'm pretty sure she pulled a weed whacker out at one point. So I'm gonna be doing a little 10 things I like about or fucking 5. I don't even think I can think of 10 things. So like, I honestly don't know how many things I'll be able to think of. So like, insert random amount of things I can think of that I like about my Camaro, I guess. So the first thing I like about this bad mamma jamma is it starts up first time every time. First time every time. She starts up first time every time. She starts up first time every time. Alright, she starts up first time every time about 30% of the time. There we go. Okay, so that was a bit of a joke. This thing, it won't start up unless you give it like 2 little pumps with the gas, but once you do that, it starts up first time every time. So, it was just a bit of a joke. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's kind of like a safety feature almost, because like, if they don't know how to like pump the gas or whatever, it won't start. So, I mean, but if you pump the gas, baby starts up real nice. Alright, so I have a bit of a story. Last night, Blaine and we were driving around town in my Camaro. I had to go to O'Reilly's to get a new air donut here. And I mean, it's really kind of a pain in the ass to go to like an auto parts store like O'Reilly's or AutoZone when you have like an aftermarket like engine or like motor swap or like a different intake, because they're always asking you like, what's the make and model and year of your car, so I can look up your parts or whatever. And I always have to fucking tell them that it's a motor swap and it's not the same as like the stock filter. Then they insist that it will be, but like the stock filter is like fucking the size of my steering wheel, and this one's way smaller. So every time I have to get a new filter or anything for my engine, it's really just a fucking hassle. It's annoying as fuck. Made in Mexico, hell yeah. Mexico sponsors me because I go down in there and rip it up so much. Mexico's a big old fan of my Camaro. They're making my air donuts, my air filters. Okay, so the number 2 thing I like about my Camaro is that the engine has been like completely bulletproof. Has been completely reliable for me. It's pretty much the only thing that's been reliable for me on this thing. I mean, when I drive my Camaro, I beat on it pretty hard. It's no stranger to like 6,500 RPMs, which is pretty high for a V8. And the engine's just been completely bulletproof. It's gone through full 10-pound bottle of nitrous, no hiccups, and high RPMs like all the time. I mean, half the time I don't really let it warm up as much as I should, but it's been reliable. The motor only has like 10,000 miles on it, so I mean, it's still pretty much a baby. Okay, so the third thing I like about my Camaro is I love the way it sounds. I think it sounds really good. It has like a full dual, like a true dual 3-inch pipe all the way out to the back, which is pretty awesome. I have like aluminum long tube headers and like a really high flowing muffler, because I don't really like straight piped cars, especially for like a daily car, just because you can't really have a conversation or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty fun for a while, but it's kind of annoying, and this thing it's still damn loud. And it's kind of windy out, so I think I'll go outside, mainly because like I can't rev and film from the outside at the same time. 50 degrees. So I mean, I really like the way this thing sounds. It's still really loud, even though it has a muffler. It's not straight pipe, but it's still really fucking loud. And you know, a lot of that's thanks to like my exhaust, 'cause it's real high flowing exhaust. And I really like the way it sounds, especially like when you're doing pulls and everything. I really like the way it sounds. Like the cam from an idle sounds pretty sick. Okay, so the fourth thing I like about this is it has a LSD, or a limited slip differential. These cars stock, they had an open diff. I think the Camaro's stock had open diff until like fucking the 4th generation or something like that. And I'm sure like the drag editions or whatever probably got Aussies or whatever, but the base model Camaros came from like factory with an open diff to like the 4th generation, which is pretty ridiculous. So the 5th thing I like about my Camaro is that it's pretty quick. So the 5th thing is it's pretty quick, and it's really kind of, for me, like it's like just fast enough, I feel, to like give you like that glued in your seat feeling. If you've been in like a pretty fast car, you've probably, you know, experienced that, or like the roller coaster feeling or whatever. I mean, it's not like insanely fast, but it's definitely a lot quicker than like your average car. And you know, I've driven faster vehicles, but I don't know, I really like it. It's really fun. It has enough power for me at the moment. I mean, I'm still gonna eventually want to get like some better heads, just because this thing doesn't have the best heads. Then it'll be pretty much perfect. But I mean, I think it's pretty fast. I mean, it's definitely faster than any of my friends' vehicles, and that's when I'm not on nitrous. That's just like a no motor pull. But on nitrous, this thing is really fucking rips. One more pull down in Mexico. I'm honestly surprised I don't get more trouble in this thing than I do, because it's really pretty fucking quick. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm on the 6th thing I love about my Camaro. A lot of you are going to be disappointed that this is one of the things I love about it, but I like that it's an automatic, only because the manuals that came with these cars weren't very great. They're kind of crap. And the Turbo 350, which is the name of the transmission in this, it's one of the most like efficient automatic transmissions ever made. Like, it makes an insane amount of like horsepower to the wheels compared to other transmissions. So I mean, that's something I really like about it, only because the manuals that came in these they're pretty crap, and they could only hold up to like 400 horsepower, and then they'd start like braking and shit. So I mean, these the Turbo 350s are good up to like 500 before you need to start like building them, putting in stronger gears and whatnot. Okay, so the 7th thing I like about my Camaro is that, I mean, it's relatively high revving for a small block. The revs all the way to like 6,500 RPMs. It makes power up to like, peak power is like 5,800 RPMs, which is pretty good for a V8. And I'm kind of a fan of small blocks over big blocks, just because I like high revving motors over, you know, non-high revving motors or whatever. And also the small block cars tend to handle better because they're quite a bit lighter. And it's pretty high revving. My tach's kind of fucked up. It doesn't exactly register accurately all the time. But yeah, so that's one of the things I like about it. It's you know, pretty high revving, or relatively high for like a small block. You know, for like a street small block, I'm not gonna put like I'm not gonna build like a 9,000 RPM small block for the street, because that wouldn't be too very fun, just drivability wise. Okay, so I think I'm on number 8 now. Number 8 thing I like is like I like the looks of the car. When I first got this car, and I thought it looked kind of stupid, and I still don't exactly like the front end of it, but like the side profile I think is really cool looking. I like the back of it, and I mean the front end has kind of grown on to me. I used to think it was really ugly, but I don't really think it's ugly anymore. I don't think it's necessarily cool looking or whatever, but I really like the side profile of the car. Okay, so on to number 9 now. This car is also incredibly light, or pretty light. It's around 3,500 pounds is the stock weight. So I'm probably pretty close to that because I have aluminum headers, which are a lot lighter than the steel headers, obviously. And so I'm probably pretty close to 3,500 pounds, which is awesome because 3,500 pounds by today's standards is a pretty damn light car. Okay, so on to the 10th thing I like about my car. The interior is absolutely insane for how old this car is. It's pretty well perfect. The seats especially, they got reupholstered by the previous owner, which is awesome. There's a few little things that are a little fucked up, like the dash is cracked, and back here some of the paint or whatever is peeling off, but the interior is it's pretty nice. The headliner is pretty much perfect, and so that's the other thing I like about it, which is pretty dope because most of these cars, the interiors are absolutely trash. So I mean, that's the 10th thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely be doing a 10 things I hate about this car, because there's definitely things I really don't like about this car. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you guys left a like. And I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys could help me out and tell a friend or whatever, I mean, that would really help me out. I get excited every time I get another subscriber. It makes me a little bit happier. And so if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you left a like. I can't fucking talk sometimes. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. Me and Blaine are hopefully going to go to a car meet tonight and see if anyone wants to do some roll races down in Mexico. So hopefully that video will be coming out obviously after this one, probably. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Hopefully racing a fucking STI or something. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Fuck, I have to find something that had my fucking weed whacker haircut. Okay, so my cat Milo volunteered to be my hat so I could hide my ugly haircut from you guys, so you're not distracted during the video. Oh god. Fuck, I'd wear this thing if it wasn't too fucking big. I feel if there's some automotive fashion or whatever, this would be a fucking banging necklace.